All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Kakudash. They belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, elect out there, Shalom. Quick, super quick. As we see right here, this is water, man, and it has in it sodium bicarbonate, which we know basically that's baking soda, and has leaven. So during this week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you gotta be extra cautious. And it just goes to show how effed up this place is, man. We got to get the hell out of here, man. Why would this even be in water? Okay, and then you see on the side, purified water, mineral, enhanced for taste. Nobody asked you to put that in there, man. Okay, nobody asked you to put that in there. All right, so this is that Sam's Club water, and this devil, man, he's just the devil, no matter what. And so, when they say, I'm trying to think of a scripture. Um, Bear with me one second while I grab precept. Okay, Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 6. There is also another thing. The city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things, of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. And yeah, this place, man, just has all kinds of pitfalls and roadblocks and all types of situations that'll trip you up in this, man. Who would ever consider that water would have a leavening agent in it? Okay, but this devil does shit like that, and it just teaches us to keep an eye out on every ingredient, and there's things that's why we have to have this grace period, man. We have to have grace. This devil is a madman. We have to have grace. There's no other way we will make it. Okay, like as if there were fire on the right hand and a deep water, and on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Okay? Now if this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he should never pass the danger set before it, and in that danger, man, we gotta be on the edge, man. Okay? That's how this devil is, and that's where the beautiful thing that Jake is sacrificing is that the fact that we're not just lollygagging through life. Jake actually cares when we see things like bottled water that has contaminants in it, or that has sodium bicarbonate in it. Okay, and so we all we can do is our best. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. You can't take it too harsh. This is somewhere I knew this was in water, but I don't really drink bottled water like that anymore. I for sure don't drink tap, but just simply saying, it's harder to do it, how to find it. And I think the last time I had bottled water, I wasn't even thinking to look in there. Okay, so this comes up and somebody, hey, you want a bottle of water? Oh yeah, water, no big deal. That's how this devil gets down, man. At the end of the day, he'll send somebody to just hand you somebody peaceful to you, just hand you something that look like it's a good thing, but it'll be a damn negative thing towards you. Okay, and that's just crazy how this happens, man. I read 9, then I got one more. If this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So we got to go through this. Okay, with things like gelatin, in certain products, and things that would never be in there. Okay, pork and certain things that you would never consider it being in there. The fact that there's pork in things that aren't meat is just crazy. Okay, and it's just saying like in the form of gelatin or whatever, just like sodium bicarbonate. Who would put that in water? Well, it's in there. Okay, as I showed you, and I got one more precept and I'll close. Just to show it one more time, man, this is crazy. Crazy. Look, a choke hazard for children. And people leave these bottles everywhere. Okay? Crazy. Psalm 23, Psalm of David, the Lord Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. And it's the spirit that, you didn't pound down 2 or 3 of these before you look up and realize it. The Spirit kind of guides you to see, like, oh shit, you just happen to look. Why would you ever consider looking at the ingredients of water? Well, man, the Lord would. You might, just be drinking the water, but like, oh shit. As we just went through our cabinets and everything else, clearing out our house full of leaven, and this is what pops up, man. Okay? This is what pops up. Little shit like this, right? It says, He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Okay? He leadeth me beside the still waters. Okay? And this is true. On that narrow path that I read in second Esdras, yeah, He'll guide us through the Spirit. Okay? It's in Psalm 119. Let me grab it real quick. To the point, Psalm 119, 105. The word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So the Lord gives His Spirit to light our path through the word. So we find that we got to keep our eye on everything this devil has control over, including water. There's places in this that you would never, then you'd be like, well, damn, the plastic. And then you start going into it and it's like, damn, is there anything? Well, that's why He gave us this grace. That's why He said we shall eat poison and live. Our bread defiled among the Gentiles. He knows how bad it'll be for this devil. And we try to do the best we can. But believe me, going through a week like this is going to be tough, man. Okay, this is like, to me, this is how I take it. I take this like a day, like the Day of Atonement. You got to be very cautious what you put in your body. And you can't put nothing in your body. Okay? Just like you refrain from the habit of just putting something in your mouth and eating during the Day of Atonement, you have to be cautious what you put in your mouth this week. Because this is a feast. You got to put unleavened bread. You got to eat the unleavened bread all week. But you got to be cautious not to, what else you put in your body. Okay? So it just keeps our mind focused on making sure that the way we walk in this truth, during this week particularly, but in this life, at the end of this life, this devil we got to be fully aware of what this devil's up to, man. We got to double check, like I said, if you miss the mark or whatever, you slip a little bit, hey, that's what prayer is there for. That's what asking for forgiveness is for. That's what mercy is there for. That's what this grace, that's why we're rehearsing. Okay? And what came to mind for me is, say, if we're in the wilderness, I'll just use it in that phrase, or we're in a time of the famine and there's no food around, and something comes around, and you be like, oh, a half bottle of water. That don't mean you should trust it. I love the scene in Book of Eli. Yeah, in the movie Book of Eli, he's like, where's the water? When he found them guys, hijackers on the road, and he, handled them under the bridge and everything. Then he asked the woman, where's the water? And she says, right there. He got it. He smelled it and he put it back. And so we got to be considerate. And that smell was like him checking it out. Now, let me go back to Psalm 23. Okay. Verse 3 said, He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. Okay, because he's restoring us. But even when you're at a fault, it's not the end all be all. He gives us this grace. He gives us mercy. He gives us forgiveness. Okay? It's a beautiful thing, man, to have this set up the way it is now. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay? The stripe beaten in this thing, beaten with a rod, taking a chastisement is a comfort as well as a stabilizer. Okay? The staff is also a stabilizer, which is his word. Thy shield and thy buckler and all of that. Okay? This is what happens, man. As weak as we become through this thing, as we be chastised in this thing, it builds us up. So finding something like this in water is a beautiful thing, man. Now we know. Okay, now we know that this is what He does, okay? And just got to stay on point with it. Just keep your eyes open. It says, thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Okay? And so he gives us this to be able to figure these things out, to see it. And now, as we learn these things, our minds will be sharper, if you will, to this. As it said in, um, it yielded the peaceable fruit, meaning no chastening for the time may be joyous, but grievous. Let me grab it. But it yielded the peaceable fruit. It's Hebrews 12:11. No chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them are which are exercised thereby. And we can make this mistake, and I'm just thinking back on it. I'm sure I'm drinking a bottle of water. There was a time when that's all we were drinking. It was bottled water, Walmart and whoever else, not to drink faucet water. And the Day of Atonement probably came. Day of Atonement. I mean, slip of the tongue. And the Feast of Unleavened Bread came around, and you just pouring water and drinking water, not even thinking about it. Okay, thinking that's the last place, but that's one of the places. And now it's funny because I think I had seen it in there, and it wasn't the Day of Atonement years ago, but didn't even put the two and two together until it came up just recently. All right. But hey, like I said, the Lord is very merciful, man. So it's not a big thing. But now we won't forget. Now we know that this is what's in it. So if a brother may be allergic to it or even needs it for another case, because there's health benefits of using sodium bicarbonate. So if you are using, you may want to find the water with it. Now, not during the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, but you may want that though in your body. Okay, so that may be something now that our minds can connect with. Okay, so let's go back to Psalm and close out. It says, "Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies," and set us up. And it's beautiful because he sets us up to be able to see the difference. And when you walk around people that knows what the standard is of this world and how evil it is, and you don't follow after that, but you've really following after the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, the enemies know, man. There's people can see it. It's no different. I'm always referencing movies, and these movies pop up. The same movies pop up too. The Matrix, when he was walking through the Matrix with the woman in the red dress. Before he got to the woman with the red dress, he's walking around, and even though these were regular people he kept bumping into, they were seen to be working against him. And then he looked at the cop, and the cop having to look up at him, right? And he noticed him. And then that's when the distraction of the woman with the red dress came up. And then he said, "Look again." He looked, and boom, trouble. So this keeps us where our focus is there. And then you got to know, we know how the movies work, but you got to understand how to move, okay, in this world. And it's an analogy, but even still, it works in both ways. How to move through this world, like Neo when he was first coming in, bumping into everybody. Every little thing he had care about is all, in his way, and he's concerned with, and it's hitting him. Versus Morpheus, I'm not even in this world. I'm just walking, normally, and I'm in a certain rhythm, and people are just going around me and just avoiding me, and it's just a great thing. Okay, that's the analogy of how you got to consider this world, how you got to consider how you move through this world, right? "Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over." And that anointing is really you being anointed with the wisdom and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the power of prayer and the power of wisdom. Okay, and it says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me in all the days of my life." Okay, and that's why it's most important, man. Okay, to not take this as such a big deal, but now we know. Okay, now we're seeing it. Okay, "And I will dwell in the house of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai forever." Lord willing, we're of the elect. Lord willing, you're having a wonderful Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're just getting going. And yeah, keep your eyes open, man. This devil's always looking for a pitfall for you. Okay, and this thing, if you lose balance at any point, or even if you're on balance, the devil will throw something in the path and throw you off, man. So you got to make sure that you walk circumspectly and keep your eyes open. Until the next one, y'all, Shabbat Shalom. To the next one, Shalom.